stronger opposition than anticipated. They've already taken the docks and are moving on your position.
Gar Saxon was a brutal, ruthless, and aggressive Mandalorian. He was the commander of the Mandalorian Super Commandos in Maul's Shadow Collective during the Clone Wars, and served as Imperial Viceroy and Governor during the reign of the Galactic Empire. Under Maul, he was shown to be very dedicated to the cause, despite Maul being an outsider and a Force user. After Maul's defeat, Saxon again swore loyalty to an outsider, this time the Empire. This led some, such as Sabine Wren, to question whether his true loyalty belonged to Mandalore or to himself. This also meant that his honor was called into question, preventing him from claiming the title of Mandalore. After Darth Maul was imprisoned by Count Dooku and Darth Sidious in the Spire, a prison on Stygian Prime, Prime Minister Almec sent Gar Saxon and Rook Cass to rescue Maul. After freeing Maul, Saxon took him to Zanbar's secret Shadow Collective base, where they were savagely attacked by General Grievous and his droid army. Fleeing to Ord Mantell, Saxon and the Shadow Collective prepared for the next attack on the Separatist forces. Unfortunately, Saxon and his men were defeated and rounded up so the droids could eliminate them. Luckily, Maul made Grievous turn off the droid's command signal, which in turn allowed Saxon and his men to tear the droid army apart. Saxon then, along with his men, captured Count Dooku, saving the Night Brother Viscus. Saxon and the rest of the Shadow Collective then escaped to Vizsla Keep 09, a Mandalorian supply outpost near Ord Mantell. By this time, the Republic had been notified of the events on Ord Mantell and sent an attack on the outpost. Saxon took Grievous to a high-security cell, while Maul attempted to persuade Dooku to join him as his new apprentice. Soon they were attacked by a Republic assault led by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jedi Master Tipley. Maul and his new ally Count Dooku joined the fray around the same time as Mace Windu and Aayla Secura. Maul began to clash with Secura and Windu while Dooku fought off Kenobi and Tipley. Saxon instructed Cass to shoot a missile at Secura before she defeated Maul. With Secura distracted, Saxon, Cass, Maul, and later Dooku entered a gauntlet fighter and escaped, leaving Kenobi, Secura, Windu, and a dead Tipley on the outpost. Eventually, Saxon and the rest of the Super Commandos regrouped on Mandalore in the domed city of Sundari. During the last days of the Clone Wars, the Mandalore Resistance and the Galactic Republic mounted a joint invasion of Mandalore. After ending a transmission with the invaders, Prime Minister Almec ordered Saxon to prepare their forces for the invasion. While defending the area outside of the Sundari Royal Palace, Saxon was ordered by Almec to escape into the Undercity, where he would be met by Maul. As the Republic forces entered the sewage ports themselves, Saxon, Cass, and several other Super Commandos waited in hiding to spring their trap. The Super Commandos easily outmatched the clones, and as Ahsoka Tano reached a clearing in the ports, they surrounded her and Maul emerged. Tano escaped with the assistance of clone trooper reinforcements, forcing Maul and his forces away. However, they later led a counterattack, leading to the capture of ARC Trooper Jesse. During the interrogation, Maul sent Saxon to eliminate Almec. After he arrived at the prison, Saxon shot Almec in his cell, while he was in the process of being interrogated by Tano and Bo-Katan Kryze. Saxon then fled, while being chased by Kryze. As Almec died, he gave Ahsoka the name Skywalker. After a lengthy duel, Saxon eventually used a falling elevator to damage Kryze's jetpack. With Saxon fleeing the prison by air, Bo-Katan was unable to follow. Saxon later fought in a battle against the 332nd Company, commanding the Mandalorian forces in what would seem like an early victory. However, Bo-Katan's forces arrived to reinforce the clones, and soon defeated Saxon's forces. Saxon requested backup from Maul, who was attempting to flee the battle with Ahsoka in close pursuit. Despite Saxon's pleas, Maul declined to send any support, telling Saxon to die well, before attempting to escape, only to be cut off by Tano. Saxon was then later captured by Commander Rex and the clones of the 332nd Company, before being taken into custody by Bo-Katan. After Clone Protocol 66, Gar Saxon joined the Galactic Empire and was installed as Governor of Mandalore by Emperor Sheev Palpatine. As proxies of the Empire, Saxon and his Imperial Super Commandos enforced the Empire's will on Mandalore. As Viceroy, Saxon donned a distinct red armor and helmet. Saxon also had a rivalry with Fen Rao, the leader of the Mandalorian Protectors, a rival Mandalorian faction based in the Concord Dawn system. In 2 BBY, an opportunity for Saxon to move against Rao emerged when Saxon learned that the Protectors were allowing the rebellion to use Concord Dawn as a way to avoid Imperial sector patrols. In an attempt to lure Rao back to Concord Dawn, as well as to get rid of his rivals, Saxon and the Imperial Super Commandos wiped out all of the Mandalorian Protectors. As expected, Rao returned to the third moon of Concord Dawn. Saxon's plan was complicated by the fact that Rao was accompanied by Sabine Wren, Padawan Ezra Bridger, and Chopper. Rao and Sabine managed to escape, but Saxon and his men captured Ezra and Chopper. Saxon had Ezra brought to an empty hut where he proceeded to interrogate the boy, but Ezra managed to escape with Chopper and Sabine, with Saxon and his men pursuing the rebels on their jetpacks. Eventually, Sabine and the rebels reached Saxon's starship. As the Viceroy prepared to execute Sabine and give orders to his super commando to kill Ezra, Fen Rao returned in the Phantom II after experiencing a change of heart. He destroyed Saxon's starship and knocked down Saxon's remaining super commando. Saxon tried to kill Sabine, but she escaped aboard the ship with Ezra's help. Saxon was in the Mandalorian capital city of Sundari when he was contacted by Ursa Wren, the leader of Clan Wren. Ursa informed him via holo of her daughter's arrival along with 2 Jedi. Saxon, realizing he could avenge his previous failure to capture Sabine, counseled that she was doing her duty to Mandalore and informed her to hold the Jedi until he and his super commandos arrived. Saxon traveled with a complement of super commandos to the Wren stronghold on the planet Cronest, where members of Clan Wren had encircled Sabine and the 2 Jedi, one being Ezra Bridger and the second Kanan Jarrus. Saxon called upon Ursa to give him the Darksaber, which she had previously retrieved from her daughter, to bargain her life with. With the Darksaber in hand, Saxon declared that Ursa and all of Clan Wren had indeed held their end of the bargain, but to do so had consorted with traitors, making them liable to treason, for which he intended to wipe out the entire clan as an example. Before the massacre could happen, Rao broke into the stronghold, surprising everyone and giving the Jedi their lightsabers. Saxon and his super commandos opened fire. As the firefight grew, Gar Saxon attempted to murder Ursa from behind, but was stopped by Sabine, who was now using Bridger's lightsaber. Enraged, Saxon activated his jetpack and sent them both crashing through a window to a nearby frozen lake. The 2 Mandalorians engaged in a lightsaber duel, with Saxon brutally trying to kill Sabine with the Darksaber, as well as using his blaster pistol and jetpack. Wren temporarily incapacitated him with a flamethrower, allowing her to disable his jetpack. Forced to land again, the duel grew more intense, with the ice beginning to crack beneath their feet. Despite Saxon's efforts, however, he was bested when the younger Mandalorian disarmed him, took the Darksaber, and ordered him to yield. However, instead of executing him, as was traditional of Mandalorian custom, Sabine opted to spare him, which angered Saxon. Unwilling to accept defeat, Saxon prepared to shoot Sabine in the back, but was shot through the heart by Ursa, who refused to allow him to kill her daughter. Shocked, the Viceroy looked at Sabine before crumpling to the ground, dead. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to drop a comment below and recommend the next Mandalorian of the week. This is WoofWoofWolffe signing off, and as always, woof woof.